Pete Carroll, the 73-year-old architect of championship pedigrees, stands at the helm, his grin betraying a restless hunger for victory. The Raiders' recent moves claiming a battle-tested safety, waiving underperformers and naming captains, who embody toughness send a clear message. This team isn't here to coast, it's here to dominate, to prove it belongs in the brutal AFC West, and to reshape its destiny with a chip on its shoulder. As the season looms, every decision, every snap, every new face carries the weight of a franchise daring to dream big. The stakes are nothing short of nuclear. The announcement of the team's captains set the tone, a thunderclap of leadership that reverberated through Raider Nation. Max Crosby, the relentless heart of the defense, was a unanimous choice. His ferocity on the field, matched only by his ability to rally the locker room. Geno Smith, the resurgent quarterback who silenced doubters with his grit, will lead. The offense, his poise, a steady hand for a unit brimming with weapons. A.J. Cole, the special teams dynamo, rounds out the trio, a testament to the Raiders' commitment to excellence in every phase. These aren't just patches on jerseys, they're the voices of the team. It's the bridges between players and coaches, the men who walk to midfield for the coin toss and make split-second calls when penalties fly. Carroll, his eyes gleaming with old-school swagger, made it clear the locker room's alignment wasn't accidental. The players voted, and it was almost unanimous, he said. A nod to a team united behind leaders who embodied the physical, competitive, tough-minded football he demands. This isn't just a roster, it's a culture, one that screams, come with a chip, or don't come at all. A culture alone doesn't win games, and Carroll knows the roster is still a work in progress. The Raiders' latest moves prove it. Claiming safety Tristan McCollum off waivers from the Eagles was a subtle but seismic addition. At 6'3" inches and 195 pounds, McCollum brings something the Raiders' secondary desperately needs: experience under fire. With 14 games played last season, including 2 starts and a Super Bowl run with Philly, he's seen loud crowds, playoff pressure, and elite competition. Waiving Thomas Harper in the corresponding move wasn't just roster math, it was a statement that reliability trumps potential. McCollum's presence bolsters a secondary that's been the team's Achilles heel. Exposed in the preseason by the 49ers receivers running free on blown coverages, Carroll didn't sugarcoat it. The secondary is young, fast, and moldable, but it's also unproven. Jeremy Chin, the veteran safety, is the stabilizer, while Isaiah Polamau steps up as a communicator. Eric Stokes owns one corner spot, but the other remains a battleground, with rookies and backups still fighting for trust. A lot of guys are going to play, Carroll said, a coach's code for a group still finding its identity. In the NFL, pressure creates clarity. The Raiders' secondary will face that fire in Week 1. The offensive line, though, is a point of pride, a unit that's kept Geno Smith nearly untouched in the preseason. Colton Miller, the stoic left tackle, anchors the group with veteran leadership. Jordan Meredith, emerging at center, has earned the staff's trust with his consistency. Dylan Parham's firebarking at defenders in practice has Carroll's blessing, a sign of the nastiness that defines great lines. Rookies Powers Johnson and DJ Glaze complete a starting 5 that's transformed the Raiders' once dismal run game, giving rookie sensation Ashton Ginty room to explode. Depth remains a concern, with backups like Alex Kappa still proving themselves post-injury. The release of Thayer Munford, a 7th-rounder from the old regime, was a cold but calculated move. His preseason was a missed assignments. Poor anchoring, and Carroll's new agenda has no room for players who don't flash. In his place, the Raiders claimed Stone Forsythe, a 6'8" inches behemoth who can play both tackle spots. Not a star, but his mentality fits Carroll's vision: tough, relentless, and ready to grind. On defense, the addition of Amari Cooper as a veteran receiver is a masterstroke. His technician's precision, strong roots, reliable hands, big game experience stakes pressure off younger wideouts like Trey Tucker and gives Geno Smith a trusted target on key downs. Defensively, rookie Brennan Jackson is turning heads. His relentless motor and edge-setting ability, embodying the culture shift Carroll demands. But it's the arrival of Kenny Pickett that sparked the most intrigue. Traded to the Raiders after bouncing from Pittsburgh to Philadelphia, Pickett carries a chip on his shoulder, a quiet fire born of being doubted. He's not here to challenge. Smithy knows it's Gino's team, but his mindset is pure Raider. Landing in Las Vegas, he took his physical dove into meetings and hit the practice field the same day. No excuses. His familiarity with Chip Kelly's offense, similar to what he ran under Mark Whipple at Pitt, gives him a head start. His off-season training with Smith weight room sessions. Throwing roots together has built a rare QB1, QB2 chemistry. Pickett's already syncing with Cooper, throwing extra roots in the off week, and even marveled at rookie tight end Brock Bowers' ability to find separation. He's advanced. Pickett said, high praise from a quarterback who's only been with the team for days. Carroll's press conference radiated energy, the kind of infectious enthusiasm that's defined his career. He spoke of the fun of building this roster, the support from owner Mark Davis, and the joy of crafting a team that plays his brand of football: physical, unapologetic, and fiercely competitive. But his words carried a deeper challenge. Aimed at the AFC West's coaching titans Andy Reid, Sean Payton, Jim Harbaugh, it's going to be satisfying, he said, a polite way of saying he's here to take their crowns. The Raiders, coming off a 7-10 season, face a division where every game is a war, and Carroll's not naive. The secondary's youth will lead to early mistakes-blown coverages, miscommunications. But if the pass rush, led by Max Crosby and a resurgent Malcolm Kuntz, does its job, those growing pains can be weathered. The offense, with Smith's poise, Ginty's explosiveness, and a bolstered line, is ready to strike. This roster isn't a collection of leftovers, it's intentional, a team built to fight. To prove it belongs in a division of giants. As the Raiders head into Week 1, the stakes are sky high. The roster moves McCollum's addition, Munford's release, Forsyth's claim signal a team unwilling to settle. Pickett's arrival adds depth and a hungry backup who fits the culture. The captains Crosby, Smith, Cole set a tone of toughness and accountability. But the real story is the identity Carroll's forging, a team that plays with a chip, that thrives under pressure, that dares to challenge the NFL's elite. The secondary's youth is a gamble, but it's also a canvas for growth. The offensive line's depth is a question, but its starters are a strength. And Pickett, quietly grinding, could be the wild card if injury strikes. This isn't a team content with moral victories. It's a team built to steal wins, to make noise, to rewrite the Raiders' story. Raiders Nation, the season's here, and the question looms. Can this team, with its new faces and fiery culture, shock the AFC West? Is Kenny Pickett the perfect backup? Or could he push for more? And will the secondary hold up? Or will its youth cost them early? Drop your thoughts in